Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping on Subjects channel. Real quick. I don't know what it is about Myron, but YouTube, like I was looking at like some of the views of people that was talking about Fresh and Fit. And it's like, if you look at the views of people who talk about them in comparison to their other videos, something is fishy. Like, go to anybody's videos that they made about them too, and look at the views they got on those videos and the views they get on their other videos. It's fishy. Like something is weird. Something is off. That's why, I make videos just to make them. Like, I don't, whatever come of this, just come of it. I ain't gonna do nothing strange. I ain't gonna agree to nothing strange. I'm just not, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna, I know there's people out there that like my videos. I'm gonna do it for them. But other than that, YouTube, can't explain it, man. A content creator that I like, he just said, you know what, forget it. He ain't made a video in a month. Doomed with J Music. YouTube start being unfair with his videos. And that was just it. But let's get into the subject matter. Today, on this video, I want to talk about the sneaky reasons you never would have thought of that you're not rich. We're going to get into some of the common sense reasons, but we're going to get into some of the reasons that people never thought of. Now, before I say what I'm going to say, let me just say that you can't blame anyone, because you made your own decisions. Whether you was listening to somebody else or whatever, you made your own decisions. And any decision that you make, you can unmake. Almost any. So, let's get into this. The first reason why a lot of people ain't rich is social media. Some people get rich from social media. Like, you see the ones that get rich from social media. Like, you see people like Coach Greg Adams. He hates fake book or Facebook. He call it fake book. I call it fake book. But he uses it. He uses it for business purposes. You see what I'm talking about? Some people use it for recreation. And a lot of the people that's not getting ahead financially is because they addicted to some type of social media and they not using it to make themselves richer. Or if they even, okay, let's say you trying to use it to make yourself richer, but they shadow banning you, they not letting you get ahead with it, then you got to go do something else. You got to go do something else. So the first thing I would say is social media. Too much time spent on it. You could be working a second job. You could be doing some type of side hustle. You could be trying to get other businesses going. But instead, some people get off of work. They take their clothes off, do their normal routine, and they own social media. Instagram, Facebook, dating apps, YouTube, They on social media. The second reason why a lot of people are not rich, they not well-to-do, they still check to check, is other people. You listening to people and you don't realize that if they telling you wrong, like if they telling you and steering you into an area that's not going to get you over the top. Let's say you trying to work long hours, you trying to work overtime, and your mother or your wife or your girlfriend, you don't never come around, you don't never spend no time with me. So you trying to please them, and they barbecuing all the days and all the times and having parties that you could have been making your extra money. That's why I say people. People stop each other, especially black people. Black people always feel they gotta hang out. That's why we always end up fighting, because we always trying to hang out. You hanging with people when they high, you hanging with people when they drunk, you hanging with people that don't really like you like that, because y'all related. Because you related don't mean you cool. Like, and then some people got cousins where if you went around them more, y'all would be into it too. Me personally, I don't believe that my cousins is like that on either side. But some people's is. Like some people cousins is. My cousins will just be laughing and reminiscing. Either side. You know. That's one thing I don't like. I wish, you know, the 80s was good, man. Like, the 80s was good times, man. We had a lot of fun. I hate how it is now with all the propaganda and people just don't even be wanting to deal with each other over beliefs. That's exactly what they want too. So people is number 2. I don't think that's gonna work. Don't do that, man. Go to college. Man, I was in the elevator with these 2 guys yesterday. And it was a nice building, marble floors, luxurious looking building, like a upscale business building. And they were talking about their college experience and stuff like that. And I was thinking in my mind, I wonder how much they make. And I was trying to figure it out. I was thinking like, man, them dudes probably only make 60-some thousand a year. But it's weird how people you'll be amazed how even sometimes people you don't know, if you're not careful, will affect you. Like they'll affect you. Like they'll be looking down on you and y'all make the same money. Like you be thinking like, man, you need your wife to work. That's the only reason why you're not struggling, because you got 2 incomes. But I was looking at them, I was like, I bet he only make like 60 grand a year. People is making that from DoorDash. Certain cities, you could make that from DoorDash. Like even here, if you deliver to like, it's a couple areas, it ain't a lot, but it's a couple areas. If you put your hours in and you in the right area, you in the right area, you can make 60,000 doing DoorDash here. You definitely can make 60,000 doing Lyft. And some of those dudes be having to put in the same hours, 12-hour days. But they be thinking they better because they go to the car lot. The car lot, because of where they live, y'all don't realize this, but some states, it's where you live too, that they'll release the car to you. See, it's all in whether or not the dealer is going to give you the car. Because it's like as soon as I start working, when I went to Texas, as soon as I start working for the Texas Juvenile Justice Department, just like that, they gave me a brand new car, 2015. It was 2015, and they gave me a 2015 with the gear is like a little knob. That's when the 200, what was that? The 200C, when it first came out, I had a black one. Just like that. It just depends. These dealerships here, they be on more games. You can't trust them to fix your car. They don't be wanting to give you the car. They be trying to give you a car that's not even good. And then they lie. They be lying on the banks, saying it's the bank. And then you call the bank. And it's only certain banks that be like real strict. That you gotta tell them, like, don't try to go through Capital One. Like if your credit score ain't a certain thing, then certain banks, you ain't gonna get approved, and it's gonna be what's called a hard inquiry, which gonna take your credit score down by like 20 points until you get that off of there. No, you gotta, like I was looking at my credit report and I had like 3 hard inquiries. And I'm going right to the credit bureau and I'm gonna be like, hey, these hard inquiries, I need you to take them off. They're gonna take them off. My credit score gonna go up by 60 points. I know how this stuff works. So, people get in each other's way. And it's crazy because a lot of marriages end in divorce over money. But if you really dig deep into some of them, one or the other person talked the person out of something that would have made them wealthy with their fear. I don't think you should do that. You can't do that, blah, blah, blah. And then they didn't. They end up trying to do something else that wasn't enough money. People get in each other's way. That's why, like, you sometimes you just gotta divorce, man. That's just how it is, man. That ain't how nobody wants it to be. That ain't what you plan on. But some people, in order for them to grow, they gotta turn people loose. You be having to turn relatives loose. You be having to turn girlfriends loose, boyfriends loose, wives loose, husbands loose. Sometimes you just have to do that. Like me, I'm ambitious. Like I'm business minded. I'm not really jobs. I look at jobs as stepping stones. I don't look at them as life. When I take a job, I'll be there as long as I have to. But I'm gonna have other stuff going. Like I don't look at them like that. Like I'll do my job and I'll do a good job, stuff like that. But when I look at a job, I don't look at a job as something I'm gonna be at 30 years and 25 years. I look at businesses that way. I look at writing that way. I don't look at jobs that way. Unless, hey, if you're gonna pay me $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, maybe we have something different then. If you only gonna pay me $40,000, $50,000, I don't think about it. 50,000 times 30, that's only 1.5 million. You can make that from a food truck. You can make that from like almost anything, like a transportation business, a restaurant. You say, yeah, but restaurants fail overhead. Ain't nobody worried about overhead. And let me talk to people who want to do a restaurant. You know you good with that food. Sometimes you got to bend the rules. You got to bend them rules. Get your kitchen set up. Get you some power surges. You know, do it in your house. They ain't gonna know unless you tell them. They shouldn't even care. It should be out about where it should be about what you giving them. And this how goofy people is. People will be, oh man, he made that in his house. Yeah, but his house don't got rats though. Some of these restaurants be having rats licking the food that you eating. I ain't trying to gross you out, but that's just the facts. They licking the food that you're eating. Rats. So, people get in each other's way. Next thing, people get in their own way. Yourself. The way it's a lot of people out there, and I know this for a fact, because I done had conversations with people that ended up being debates. This shouldn't even been a debate. People get in their own way. They get set in their ways. So they check the check, but they can change it, but they won't. Man, I don't want to work like that. Man, I don't like getting in and out of the car like that. All these reasons that they say over stuff that they could be doing to put themselves over the top. Man, I don't care about money like that. But you got kids. Every time you look, you busting a nut up in her. And she walking around, waddling around because of you. And you talking about you don't care about money like that. People get in their own way too. They get in their own way. Just like one thing people be saying, be crowning Dave Ramsey. But one reason why I can't crown Dave Ramsey, well, actually it's two. He be telling people to put their lives on hold just to get out of debt. Man, forget that debt. Just to get out of debt. If you don't pay it, you just file bankruptcy. Okay, here's the thing about bankruptcy. You want to avoid it. But I mean, it's not going to kill you. People just be worried about what other people think. Because other people, when you file bankruptcy, this is what I know. Because I filed it before. People try to hold you to where you was when you filed bankruptcy. And you be looking at them like, man, I got more money than you. And you try to act like I'm so broke. Okay, how broke is you? You know, that's the only thing. But it's not the end of the world. You want to avoid it. But, like, you don't just put your whole entire life on hold because you want to get out of debt. Get out of debt while you live in life. And the next thing is what he said about gold. He was completely wrong about gold. And I listened to him. That's how I know I could tell you what I'm saying. I listened to Dave Ramsey. He was wrong about gold. And people don't really be getting on his heels about that. Because I remember back in 2001, I think that's when I started listening to him. And he was saying all this negative stuff about gold. He was wrong. Gold jumped right up there. Gold is like more consistent than the stock market. And he's like, I don't get off into the precious metals. Yeah, people are getting rich from index funds, stocks, even Bitcoin. Like, I be looking at I got investments now. I do. I just believe in saving more than investing. Because I think they say, well, it ain't going to grow. Yes, it is. If you add incomes and you saving the money, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. Like if 1 year you got 2 incomes and you save $20,000 from those 2 incomes, then the next year you get a 3rd income and you save another $20,000. That's $40,000. And then let's say you get the 4th income and that's the one that puts you over the top and you save $1 million. You done outdid the majority of people. Everybody ain't gonna be Warren Buffett. Like, everybody can't do what he did. That man is a mastermind and probably got an inside track too. So yeah, I do invest, but I believe that saving is the key. Building your income up and saving it. That's just me. Because real estate, all that other stuff can fail. Saving money. They say, well, what if the dollar crash? If it crash, it crash. It's going to be the same if the dollar crash and you got all those investments as it would with cash. Same thing. So people getting their own way too. Man, his car went up like a boat. He knew that light was finna turn red. People getting their own way. The next thing is, I said social media. The news network to me is not really social media. But I want to say the news. They always talking about how bad the economy is, but yet people is getting richer. This is how I look at it, man. If the economy was that bad, then the people at the top wouldn't be making money. If the people at the top is making money, then the people at the bottom can make money too. Because think about it, they got more to lose. The people at the top got more to lose. So if the people at the top is making money, then I look at it like the people at the bottom can make money. Here's how I look at it. I believe that they trying to, because they're bored and because they want more power, the powers that be is trying to collapse things to gain more of a control over the people, the 99%. That's what I think. I don't think, like some of these people be laying people off, they don't even got to do that. Think about it. Let's talk numbers. Let's say you got a company and your company makes $2 million in profit 1 year, right? Profit, like extra money, $2 million. The next year, they still profiting. They made $1 million. You only got to pay your workers, like, let's say you got to pay your workers $300,000. So the first year, that mean they would have still profited $1.7 million. The second year, they would have profited $700,000. So that person is still profiting $2.4 million. It's greed that make people want to start laying people off. If you profiting, I can see if you not profiting and your bills, the upkeep stuff ain't getting paid. But if you still profiting, like, okay, so you made 100 million instead of 200 million. That ain't no reason to lay people off. You still made 100 million. It's greed. It's greed. And I watched Wall Street, the first one, with Michael Douglas. I think in some ways greed is good, but they making it bad because their greed is affecting others. Okay, so you made 20 million 5 years in a row to yourself, and the sixth year you made 15. So now you want to lay off 20 people. That's greed. You still made 15. I mean, what so you can't buy a private jet. You already got 3. You see how this works. This is why I just don't. I agree with the Most High. Like, I don't see why people is just into rich people. Like, I don't hate rich people. I'm not a hater. It's a lot about them that I respect. The ones who got it themselves didn't have to make no agreements, wasn't, but I don't see how people just be so into them, and they be affecting your life every day, coming up with stuff that you don't need, coming up with stuff that don't work, just in they desire to control. So I'm just going to close. The last thing I want to mention is the news. They always talking about a recession and how the economy is down and this, that, and the other. And it affects other people, because people start watching that and they start, well, baby, don't you think we need to cut back? You don't need to cut back. If your bills is getting paid, if you still got your normal standard of living, you don't cut back because of something you saw on the news. People getting rid of Netflix. I'll never get rid of Netflix. I use my son, like I watch his like on the TVs. But if I had Netflix, I'm not getting rid of that. That makes your life more luxurious and better. That excuse me, that make you lean back. That make it where you can lay back and chill. Why would you get rid of that? That's stupid. Y'all watch too much TV, man. Ain't no way I'm getting rid of Netflix. Like, if I move and I gotta get my own Netflix, it's $18. I'm paying it. I'm paying that $18, man. Anything that make me feel better, anything that make life better, you don't cut that out, man. If anything, it's probably some person you need to cut out, or some job. But I would advise some people just get another one first. That'd be a rough road in between sometimes. But you don't cut out Netflix. But anyway, I'm gone. This is The Truth, man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. This is what you need to do to the news when they be, it's a recession, it's a recession. Oh, people, 9,000 people got the dragon